Tired of being broke, you need to flip or buy and hold. Clocking in and out, your 9 to 5 is getting old. JD Boom and AC Cash, they known to get the bag. You can make your own schedule, know you liking that. Time to take the next step, take your money, invest. Know you just got that check, go sign up with JTech. Yeah.
Fellas, we gotta cover it.
Yep.
You know, everybody, oh, I'm getting the bag here, I'm winning there, but sometimes you take a loss.
Oh, yes.
I know, we gotta go down there.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
some personal experiences. Sometimes you take a loss. We're gonna talk about what is the biggest loss we ever had.
That's just too much.
Hey, we gotta cover it. Pivot Point Investors. Stay with us. Let's go. Hi, I'm AC Cash, and this is
Jay the Technician.
and this is
JD.
We come to you on behalf of Pivot Point Investors, where we help the average investor grow his nest egg. And today we're talking about losses.
Yeah.
Losses, you know.
The L word.
The big L, the big L. All of us have taken an L somewhere in our lifetime, and we're gonna cover ours. It's painful.
It is.
It's painful.
Very, very painful.
But we're gonna cover it just a little bit. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk about, when we talk about real estate, when we talk about stock investment, we're gonna talk about the biggest loss we ever had. Man, do we have to?
Yeah. I said you gotta give it
You say
to
you gotta do
him.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't be gains all the time. They
I
gotta,
know.
They gotta at least know that,
It's real life.
that there is some things that
Yeah.
For sure, it's what's happening. So let's cover it. So when we talk about losses, we're talking about we put money out in the streets, we put it in real estate, we put it in stocks,
Yeah.
and it didn't turn out so well.
That's right.
Okay, who wants to
Still
lead
say
this
I
off?
put it in
Come on.
marriage. And,
Marriage,
yeah, divorce, but,
wow,
you know,
that's
I
a
mean,
whole nother show. That's gonna
yeah,
be
that's not pivot point. That's
No.
that's like going low.
that's
Hey,
just straight dive.
No, that's
Yeah, okay, I ain't know if y'all want to go that way.
Yeah, I
but
think
that's
we
cool.
all kind of visited that a little bit too, but we're not covering that.
Okay,
So
okay.
so who's leader of the pack on that?
Man,
Okay.
let's see. I'll say I lost $80,000 twice.
Twice, 80,000 twice. That's just a bad number for you.
80,000
So
twice.
he's got,
One
he
in real
just got to
estate
scale
One in
easy.
real estate.
and one in the market.
One in the market.
So the
80,000.
80 is one of them is 2008. So it's
2008.
just
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that was a tough time for everybody, right?
Yeah. Yes, it
I
was.
decided to leave my cushy insurance job,
Uh-huh.
you know, and try my hand at real estate investing.
There you go.
You know,
There you go. You got the dice in his hands.
Right,
He see all the
man.
money.
See, you know, he said,
Yeah.
You
see,
know
he said
what?
cushy too.
Hey,
he got that,
you know.
Yeah, he
that,
did
He
say
got
that.
that regret.
You
Yeah,
know, a
yeah.
guy that went to college with me, you know, he didn't finish at Morris, but he went and he was made about $2.5 million in real estate.
Made
and he
that
was
bag,
just
okay.
leaning on me, man, heavy. And I was just listening and looking and
That's
like,
right.
oh man, that's
I can do it.
some nice ice and that's a
Yeah.
nice car.
I can
and
do
all
it.
these penthouses amazing.
I can do
So-
it.
So yeah, so and $80,000 later,
Uh-huh.
you know, it's just
Yeah.
you know.
yeah,
So then the second one,
Mhm.
you know, when the market, it was a market dip downturn
Mhm.
shortly. I wouldn't say shortly after that, but around 2011.
Yep.
Let's say 11, 12, and market pulled back. You know, went heavy
Mhm.
into a stock I shouldn't have,
Okay.
and I put all the chips in the table.
Oh, the chip. He said.
I went against my training in college, my teaching. I went against my professional training. I went against a bunch of different training.
We're gonna cover
You know,
your training and how that went awry.
yeah,
That's good. Well,
yeah.
let's jump over to the technician. See
Yeah.
what's happening. The guy said he might have took an L somewhere.
I mean, I'm taking many L's.
Okay,
you know,
all
but
right.
My L in particular is not. It's not the biggest L. I consider this L because it was the fastest L I've ever seen.
Okay.
For me, it was in 2010. So this is already after the crash. I'm in the market, particularly the Forex currency exchange market. Doing my regular trading, making money, like, you know, everything's good.
Right.
I was going against the Chinese yuan versus the dollar.
Okay. All right.
And for some weird reason, all of a sudden, there was a news announcements about some changes that were going on in China. And this ambassador came on who has no power at all. He's just an ambassador. That's like a
Some guy.
representative.
Okay.
He says China is considering
Right.
moving off of the US dollar.
Okay.
What made him say that? I have no idea.
The question is what made him listen. But go ahead.
So I watched my account literally go from plus 38,000 to negative $208,000.
Negative $208,000.
And that took less than 30 seconds.
That's pretty quick.
I think I had every bowel movement under the sun.
Oh man! Oh man!
That's TMI right there.
He might have to.
I mean, it was
Put a stop order on that.
It was life altering to me. You know, it's like
yeah.
you know, to know that your money is out there in a digital world and to just go like this, blink, blink, and that much disappeared. It was That was a wow.
That's an L.
That's a real L. That's a real.
But that's good. I'm glad you guys covered that. That's pretty good. We can talk about something else now.
No.
You still got yours.
Oh man. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, since I got the peer pressure.
Yeah.
And, you know, during that glorious 2008 time.
Yes, sir.
Another 08 casualty.
Oh man, there's a lot of L's, a lot of L's
Blood in the
during
water,
that time.
man.
Yeah. And at that time, it was razzle dazzle time.
Okay.
Real estate, man, we doing stuff in a week. You know, if something 3 weeks, it was an eternity. If you were flipping a property, if you were refinancing a property, if you were doing anything in real estate, man, if you held it a long time, man, that's why you're doing that.
Right.
It's a long time. Get the money.
Right.
Get the money. And so I'm heavily in there. And during that time, when the slide happened, I lost about $1 million.
Oh.
Lost about $1 million.
Oh, moment of silence. Oh, boy.
All right. Yeah. Lost about $1 million. And it's real numbers because at that time, you know, everything you acquired, all you had to do was wait just a little while. Wait a little while. And when your credit's right, when your cash is right, when you got access to inventory and you can grab them when the next guy's running away, it was that same old musical chairs deal.
That's right.
You knew the music was going to stop at some point, but you didn't know when.
That's
and
right.
just like your guy got paid, and then when you got in, something went wrong. Hey, the yen was up, and everything's flying. That's the same thing with real estate. The numbers were good, numbers were moving. But there's a bunch of lessons on that. But at the same time, property after property, I still hear my broker on the phone crying. Grown man crying. He's crying, saying, "Man, they're all closing." He was going to this bank, that bank, and one after the other, it was dominoes. They were falling. And he saw his whole livelihood falling. I saw all my investments falling. And this man is crying. I still hear the man in my ear crying, saying they're all falling. He couldn't believe it, from the countrywides on down. And it was blood in the streets. Blood in the streets. And before it was all over, $1 million.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a rough loss.
Yeah. So, on a lighter note.
Well, I mean, look, this is a reflective show, so we're saying, like, why did it happen?
That's a good question. Why did it happen?
You know, I'll tell you, for me, 2008 on the real estate, trusting, you know, somebody who went to college with 2 years, and I just got captivated by what I was seeing.
Yeah, the diamonds were glistening.
Oh man, it was nasty.
The bling was just too attractive. It's that shiny object.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
I can do it.
You know, fly to Miami, and then we had the Fontainebleau.
Doing
and
it.
The beautiful women.
Yeah,
It's just crazy. It was
just,
You know, so it was just the 08 and the flash for me. And the second time, it was greed.
Greed. Okay.
Just greed.
I understand. That'll do
it. You know, trying to get somewhere fast.
Super fast.
Yeah.
You're on a jet.
Yeah.
You speedball. You moving.
Yeah.
Let me get that.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. We'll let you stew in there for a minute. J Tech, talk to me.
Man, mine's honestly was just straight up greed. It
Greed.
wasn't nothing else, man. At that time, I was doing so good, man. I'm making so much money in this market. I'm eating all the time. I was starting to get brazen with it. I'm jumping in the market, naked positions, no stops. I'm eating. I mean, this thing rising.
It's all good.
Literally before that announcement came on, I was up probably about 7.5% on my account. I'm up.
You're doing good.
I could have just closed that joint.
Closed it.
Or put a protection on it. I was like, nah, man, I'm eating more for this. This thing's gonna go further.
That's right. You're riding that roller coaster and didn't see the cliff at the end.
Nah, I definitely did.
Okay.
I had a Looney Tunes moment where you drove off the cliff and didn't realize that the road was gone. Yeah. Looked down and
Acme wasn't down there to help you.
No, that was just a bye-bye moment, and everything just fell, man. So,
I understand. Hey, I know the feeling because mine, it all stems around greed. In this case, I'd say a little bit of inexperience. When you're a gambler and everything's going good, you never think you're going to get off that hot streak. And sometimes the wise old owl will say, son, it might be time to cash out your chips.
That's right.
But when you're young, you got energy, you think it's all good, you hadn't seen enough big L's. You don't know what can happen.
That's right.
If you win every game in your college career and get the pros, you think you're going to do the same thing.
That's right.
And it doesn't work like that in these markets, these financial markets. Who gets what and who gets what? Hogs get what? Tell me about that.
Hogs get fed,
Right.
pigs get slaughtered.
And when we're acting like pigs in these markets, no education. Well, I won't say no, just not enough.
Right.
Because you've seen some things and you think you've seen it all.
That's right.
But you have not. And that's why
That's
you need
right.
mentors and people to guide you.
Absolutely.
And so we took some L's.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you, one of my favorite movies of all time, Friday. The late great John Witherspoon said, "Live to fight another day, man.
Another day.
That's right. Another day."
But he told him a little more like that.
This dude can impersonate anybody.
We can do a little something. So we got that action. We saw what happened. We saw why did it happen. But then I see us on our 2 feet, so we had to come back a little, and we need to understand the lessons we've learned. That's always important in any lesson. So, any lessons? Anything?
Hey, well, came back on both fronts. On the 80,000 with the real estate, it was just money had gone. So what does that mean? I gotta make better decisions. I gotta work.
Right.
I had to go back into the workforce because I was out in the real estate game and say, okay, I gotta go. So I just had to work and grind it out years, and then I got back to where I needed to be with that. But then on the other front with the market, I actually hit on a few other stock picks, but I had to really pull back. I had to pause. I had to regroup, see where I went wrong. Okay, I'm being too greedy with this.
Right.
And then I had to go back and I had to take those small chunks. I couldn't try to get it all back in one or two moves.
That's right.
I had to do 5, 6, 10, 20, 100 moves. Really over 26 months. To get back to where then I could go forward.
Okay, you can stand up a little bit.
Absolutely.
Didn't need the cane or the walking chair.
Just stand up on my own too.
Took out the training wheel. I got you. Tech, what we looking like?
Man, I ain't never touched that currency pair again.
That's a bad pair.
Boy, that $1 that was it, man. I closed that pair out. I said, me and this one can't do business again. But I used other ones, euro dollar, pound dollar, US yen, and I took my time, slowly, incrementally building it back up. And then that's what also helped me venture into understanding the options market and also trading in the S&P market. So it allowed me to utilize the kind of tools and resources and training that I had in other markets. And I had actually was able to learn that I had a higher success rate in those markets than in the one I was playing with that had more money but more risk involved.
Absolutely.
So
it sounds like you got a little wiser.
It took a while. It didn't take me as long as JD. It just took 1 month to build that back. But
this guy,
I know you're trying to take a shot.
That's the tech. I'm good like that every day. Every day I make
I
money.
didn't have a $200,000 loss in one time.
Every day I make money.
Man.
So in turn, what ended up happening was, like I said, I just slowly built it back up day over day. There's only 20 trading days in a month, so luckily for me, this happened on like the 4th trading day of the month. So I still had a good 16 to go. So I just had to take my time.
Okay, one lesson there.
Crying in the bathroom. Man.
Yeah.
No, I had to finish all the bowel movements. Regroup. Then after that, I went and had a bowl of ice cream. I cried for a little bit.
Right.
Then I went to sleep. Then I woke up with a clear head and said, all right, we got to get this right. You know what I'm saying?
This dude right here, man.
Hey, while we're pouring out our hearts, I know that they're going to be
subscribing.
I know they're subscribing.
Definitely.
And then they're going to share it with a friend. Definitely. They're going to share it with a friend.
Don't share nothing. See, that's the problem.
See,
there's always one.
See, sometimes they don't learn quick
yeah.
enough.
No,
sharing is caring.
That's right, man.
Okay.
I have a lot of care. A whole lot.
It just sounds like you don't care. I get it. Well, I guess those are lessons. Hey guys, appreciate y'all sharing that. And,
Yeah, man. It's wrong.
Okay, so we're gonna close it out.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all playing? Let me go.
Man.
Y'all gonna let me slip out of that?
What?
No,
Hey,
because
What
I
did you
don't
know?
know. No, you know why I'm not going to ask him? I don't want his lessons. His lessons
funny.
don't matter because he
$1 million
don't bounce
man.
back. He's
Oh,
the
man.
man right here.
Come on. Come on.
All these lessons, you got to share the lessons. And for me, it was understanding that the same way you were able to say, okay, this is what I'm not going to mess with. And then you went back to your roots and what you knew to be consistent. I went back to the same game. Getting rid of stuff quickly and rebounding as quick as you can is an important thing. A lot of times we sit there and waddle in the mud. And I was like, hey, I'm either making something off of it, taking a loss, cutting bait, and getting back in. And so that's what I did with a lot of real estate, and understand that all those adjustable rate mortgages, it's good when everything's low.
Yeah. Jumbo APR.
Those
the no docs.
That's right.
No docs.
That's right. 100% loans all day. 120% loans. You know,
money at the close.
Yeah, getting that money. You know, and you just playing that hamster wheel, that Russian roulette, really. And so getting back to the fundamentals. That's why I wrote the book. Financial Freedom.
This guy does have a book. It's
We'll talk about that. Yeah, that's coming on my birthday.
Yeah.
So financial freedom through real estate investment. But speaking more steadily than trying to get the home runs every time.
That's right.
You know, who was my favorite guy? Pete Rose. Now, they banned him from baseball. Charlie Hustle, baby. He was getting singles and doubles. And if it wasn't for the gambling, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
He should be in the Hall
That's right. But he was an integral part of his team because singles and doubles, you can count on them.
That's right.
And that's something you can count on. Now, guys that hit home runs all the time, they strike out the most in the league.
They do.
And that's how it is with this investing. Trying to hit home runs every time. Went back to the singles and doubles, baby.
That's right.
Went back to the long game.
That's right.
And then, after a while, man, you keep taking a step, before you know it, a marathon. You're done with a marathon. And you can go to the next one. And that's what it was showing me, trying to hit those home runs. And I'm sitting here with a high strikeout rate.
You make a great point, because when you're a newer investor, you make 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 grand. It's like, man, this is cool.
Right.
When you've been in there for a minute, sometimes you have a tendency to get a little bit of pride creeping in.
You
It's
start
like,
talking like this guy, like you
if
can't lose,
if
baby.
I can't make 100, 150, I don't want to do the deal. If I can't make $250,000, that's just not good enough.
That's right.
You know? And
J-Tech, man, all day. J-Tech.
Y'all
get up on my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sign up for my course.
Check his wallet.
Check my performance.
Check his.
You gonna go make that bread.
Check the guy's
We make that everyday money.
In the end, what we're really trying and want y'all to get is more money.
That's right. And cut down some of those L's.
That's right.
You know, trying to cut down the L's.
Yeah.
So education does that. Slow and steady does that.
That's right.
You know, dealing with people of similar like minds. You know, if you just talk about sports guys, then they're gonna know all the sports stats. If you talk about fashion guys, then they know all the latest clothes. But if you stick around people who are financially literate, who've made mistakes, come back from mistakes, and are growing from it, hell, you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh? Sounds like
absolutely.
something? Okay. So y'all good?
I'm good, man.
We got you sweating
with
in the
a win
flashbacks.
team, you know,
There you
and
go.
we just talking about losses, but look, man, we done had some great wins too.
Yeah, great
we had
wins.
some great wins.
Hey, when you
so-
can live to fight another day, that's a great thing.
Shit, Craig, live to fight another day. Them 2 hands.
He's a finance guy. That's all right. Yeah, the 2 hands.
That's right.
Well, you got the whole
That's
series. That's good stuff.
Man.
I appreciate it. You bearing your souls today.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir. Same here, man.
Yep,
Same here.
good stuff. Everybody good?
We good.
All right. Hey, we want you to stay financially literate. We want you to get those wins. We want you to keep with those wins. You know, just because you're out the game doesn't mean you're out the game.
That's right.
You can lose, but that's not the series. The series is life. the entirety of life. So that's what we're doing.
That's right.
Everybody good with that?
We're good.
We're able to win.
Winning, man.
Still
Let's
winning.
do it.
You know, hard pounding from those losses.
Hey,
you still
man.
feel it? Got a little sweat.
do.
No,
Love
man,
it.
I feel more brazen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I knocked
yeah,
out.
yeah.
I just
This
made
guy.
my comeback.
The
Oh,
guy
man.
that doesn't share.
I know, man.
You
That's
know.
how I know.
We're going to let you sit on that, my man.
Yep.
Hey, everything's good. We appreciate you riding with us. Hey, do the L's and definitely the W's. And we're going to have more W's than L's all day long.
Yeah.
So, on behalf of us, I'm AC Kash. This is
Jay the technician.
and this is
JD. Boom.
Pivot Point Investors, where we help you get more W's than L's.
That's right.
All right?
Team W.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Let's go.
Stay smart. Keep investing.